One thing you gotta realize with the Cowboys is what teams are good at drafting. Every team is not good at drafting every position. The position that you are good at, like every prospect you take, the floor is high, if that makes sense. And if anything else, if y'all don't know anything else about the Cowboys, they can draft an offensive lineman in the first round every time. I'm talking about when I was a little bopper, saying 13, 14 years old, going to school, and I just wanted them to draft, the guy, the face. And when they come out that draft, you gotta trust the Cowboys when they take an offensive lineman. Their history speaks for itself. Tyron Smith was similar to Tyler Guyton coming out of USC. He was a right tackle, skinny frame, and they saw the upside in his athleticism, and they said, "Hey, that can translate." Are we gonna go over this tape over the first round pick in Tyler Guyton? Tackle out of Oklahoma, 6'8", 330 pounds. I've seen a lot of the scores on his name. Everyone is like, "Oh my God," they have mixed the scores. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I like the pick. I'm gonna break it down from a pure offensive lineman standpoint on what this means, and why Cowboys fans, you shouldn't really feel some type of way about this pick. You should actually trust this pick. Athleticism does carry. I'm telling you, it can translate. People don't understand the learning curve when it comes to offensive lineman of you being able to play one side and the other side is mainly the foot speed. If you can stay in front of your defender, if you can mirror him, if you can't do that, then that's when you're limited. That's when you need to practice more on the other side. But if you have athleticism, it's just like a NBA slasher going to the goal. It's like MJ going to the goal. Can he finish with his left and his right? Athletes who are truly great, they're gonna be ambidextrous. They're not gonna be phased of just switching over. It's just a matter of doing it. I mean, I'll never forget when the Cowboys took this draft when I wanted them to take Johnny Manziel. I was in that crowd, or not even Johnny Football. I just wanted like a premier player. And you know who they drafted in that draft? Zach Martin out of Notre Dame. And we see what Zach Martin turned out to be. Multi-year All-Pro. I'll never forget the year when they drafted Travis Frederick, center. Yeah, you forgot about him on Cowboys fan. Shout out to him. His career ended early, dude. But when he was playing, he was better than Jason Kelce. I vividly remember. All-Pro. It used to be first team, Travis Frederick. Second team would be Jason Kelce. When it be time for the Pro Bowl, if you remember, it was always who was starting. It was Travis Frederick. Who was behind him? It was Jason Kelce. No slight to the Eagles fans. Jason Kelce had a long, prosperous career, but let's not act like the Cowboys did not draft a player who had a higher peak than Kelce. He was definitely consistent like that. And Terrence Steele ended up being an undrafted free agent that they hit on. And guess what? They sought in him to move him to right tackle. And then the most recent is Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith, who that was the original left tackle playing. But they made the decision like, hey, we're gonna move him inside the guard, and he ended up being all pro. He was no slouch at tackle either way. Point is, the Cowboys are high in transferable skills when it comes to offensive linemen. They love versatility. So make sure, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, show love. Follow me on all my, my social media. It's pretty much it's gonna be at Lou's Takes, at Lou apostrophe Takes, probably on TikTok, Instagram. Come chat with me. Come give me your opinion. When I go live with the podcast, I usually do it from here, the YouTube, and if you need something quick, I'll also go live from the Twitter. So, hey, come chat with me. So look, we're gonna go over some one-on-ones from the Senior Bowl. Senior Bowl is when pretty much everyone here is pretty much NFL draft prospects. It's not probably the best of the best, but in some cases it is. We're here in the one-on-ones. One, I wanted to highlight this one-on-ones. So as you know, well, you probably don't know, one-on-ones really highlights your technique. O-line one-on-ones, for one, it favors the defense. Why? Because it's you and the defender. So as you go on a progression, yes, you go in game speed, but this is not a game rep where when you're kicking, you have your guard next to you, so that gap is not going to naturally open sometimes. So it's made an emphasis of an improvement area for offensive linemen because this is where you're going into the game, not the upper hand. So you need to hone in on your fundamentals, your punch, your kick, your work early so you can win a rep. It will be easier in the game if you can master this, because when this is much faster. I'm telling you, this in my opinion is much faster than winning the game, or in a game rep. In a game rep, when all five is kicking, we're all kicking, we're all on the same level. Okay, it's that gap. Your inside gap is not naturally open. Let's go over what's happening right here. This is him right here, Tyler Guyton. Okay, he's going up against a DN. So boom. So right here. So notice notice when we say athleticism in O lineman, we're it's the foot speed. How fast can he, pick up and put down his feet, and how can he outmirror him? Now here, he got natural, he got natural error. So here, what he needs to work on in the next level is his hands. It's very much so his hands. Right here, he's absorbing the contact. That's something that can be coached. My guess why he does this, I don't think he trusts his strength just yet. So he's a bear hugger. He's a guy who's gonna mirror you and bear hug. He's going to he just misses with his hands because he's so focused on getting in the way between you and the quarterback. Okay. But this is natural stuff. I don't expect all college O linemen to come in and have this. Even the best of the tackles in the draft, even Joe Alt misses with his hands too. But that's something we can coach up. I don't think in college programs, it's so many kids. They don't. I don't want to say they don't have time to fix little bitty, technique thing. It's just some things you can't replicate. So I feel like in our program at the Dallas Cowboys, we can very much fix this. This rep right here. His athleticism allows him to stay in front of the DN for the counters, and I know that's exhausting for the DN because in a rep, there's only so the quarterback's only holding on to the ball for so long, and the DN only got so many counters, and a lot of his reps, which I am proud of, a lot of his reps end in a bull rush, and it's not like an intentional bull rush. For DN's bull rushing in at the end of the reps because you know why? They don't have any more moves to give. That's it. My momentum has been cooked. So you're not falling for it. So the kid is smart. You know what I'm saying? And his athleticism, it's a problem for DNs. You can see it. He's mirroring them. The inside, he's not falling for it. The style, he's not falling for it. You know what I'm saying? What I want him to work on, because this is the main thing you need for when you're playing tackle in any level, is patience. You're boxing out there. It's not right now as like a guard. A guard, the initial contact is probably 0.2 seconds because it's probably all one move, one motion. Here, they try. DNs love space rather than the D tackles, it's not much space. You got to be able to work, be able to, be unclaustrophobic. You got to be able to work in tight spaces right there, at guard. Here, look, see, here, I like this rep right here. This is what we got to work on. For one, he overthinking. This is a prime example. This is a wide setting DN, wide, and he's kicking he's kicking flat. He's kicking here when he needs to just go back, because when he kicks flat, this gap right here naturally opens, and it's an easy win for the rep. But this is he's trying to jump set him. Now I feel like this can be one of his go-to moves if he can perfect it and use it correctly. He can jump set one, I can see it. Imagine just picture it. Imagine this kid with more muscle being able to jump set somebody like a Trent Williams. Anytime Trent Williams like jump set somebody, he's punishing them. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have that natural strength yet, but he has strength. He doesn't have that backbreaking strength that I'm picturing Tyler Smith when he came into the league. Like, if Tyler Smith was to do this, Tyler Smith, his feet is not as fast as, Tyler Guyton. So he would just punch the hell out this guy right here. This guy will be punched back, and the punch will be able. After the punch, he will be able to cock back, reset, and pretty much he already won the rep. Tyler Guyton, his athleticism, this will carry. I don't know what everyone's afraid of. I think this kid could be ready by the start of the season. He's gonna be a slight learning curve. I'm telling you, the only thing he needs to improve upon is his technique. But there's something there with this kid, man. Like, look, I think y'all don't understand the sudden movement. The DN, these DNs are trying to set him up, but they can't because he's just too quick. He's too light on his feet, or not light like he's just so he can mirror. That's what I noticed with a lot of these reps, man. So shout out to my boy Brian Baldinger. He's trying to clear up the air, with Cowboys fans and other guys who's doubting this pick. Because I see it. I see what the Cowboys see, and I'm trusting the history of the Cowboys. Now I know you think that's like a loose end, but like we've seen it before. I'm telling you one thing that the Cowboys do not miss on his offensive lineman. This is against Jared Vearse, a top end in defensive, top edge rusher in the draft. One of the guys I love. One of the guys I predicted is going to be a star in the league. I said all Vearse needs to work on is what? His finesse skills. I think he relies heavily on that bull rush. And then I said in this league, there's a lot of guys who are not as light in the ass as the college tackles. So you won't be able to just overpower them. You're gonna have to set them up, be able to like maneuver and get the offensive lineman, off track just a bit. But this is him versus, I know it's at right tackle. Keep in mind, this is Oklahoma. If you was watching any college football games, you would know Spencer Rattler is his quarterback. What hand does Spencer Rattler throw with? His left hand. So this guy is already protecting the blind side in college. Spencer Rattler is a left-handed quarterback. Keep that in mind. So like right here, okay? We see the rep is starting. Look at Vearse. Vearse can't. He's trying to read it out. He's trying to get an inch. You're just trying to get him an inch behind. Trying to get a step on this guy, and he can't because his athleticism. He's going to be in front of you. There's no doubt in the mind he's going to be in front of you. Now this is where he needs to work on. I like the punch there. I do. But he's absorbing. But guess what? He won the rep. He won the rep. That's why there's some sneaky strength with this guy, man. He don't have the raw strength, the backbreaking. He don't have that, He has strength in his long frame. He's 6'8". The next step is him getting, being able to use his length, because that's all it is out there at tackle. It's a boxing match. That's the next step of him being able to get out there and use his boom. If he can do that, I'm telling you. Boom. Look at this. Vearse doesn't have a move to get around him. So a lot of his reps are relied on trying to get through him in time. He's there right here. He's opening up a little bit inside. He passes off the E as an ET stunt. Look at look at it. And once he passes it off, this is the easy part. Stopping the penetrator in the, TETE games. The key is stopping the penetrator because he's trying to get you pinned and held up so the guy around can come around. But he successfully passes it off to his guard. Good enough punch. Put us on the guard. Now this is the easy part right here every time because his athleticism, he's faster than this guy right here. 99, you don't got a chance, especially if he get his hand on you. Your only chance is to run through him. Can you run through him? Well, he's 6'8", 330. That's a great punch right here. I need that more often, Tyler. I need that more often. I need that more often right here. You know what I'm saying? Right here. Jared versus the wide technique. Now in the video we just seen, he in the 1v1s, he jumps at him. But that's not the correct thing to do right here. The correct thing to do is sit back and be patient and the quarterback is right there. Why? You don't have to go to him. He has to get through you to get to him. That's what he needs to understand, his philosophy. If he can do that, this kid can be dangerous. But back to the game. Jared versus a wide. Look how wide he is. This is the this is the one tech. And look at it. Then look, 10 yards, 5 yards. Then it's Jared Vearse. Wide 9, bro. What are you gonna do right here? He says 45. He's more patient than he was when he was in that one. So he has the keys to do it. He engages. He engages. Okay. Look, man. That's a win rep right there. That's a rep 1 right there. He's in the run game. Oh, this is another thing I would say he needs to improve upon. His run game blocking. But look, this is okay. This is a wide zone. This is an outside zone. So we in that wide step. This is probably the technique they teach us in Oklahoma. I don't like this technique. I want him to, take a flat step and then get up to Vearse. But listen, look at his athleticism. Vearse is out to play. Vearse is out to play. Vearse is out to play because he's trying to beat his athleticism to the edge, but he can't. Vearse is out to play. Look, positive. Hey, what's what? 18-yard game. Here we go. Right tackle. Hey, we're going for the hook. Well, he's not hooking. He's walling off. He's walling off Vearse right here. Let's see how he walls off Vearse. Look, his hands. I ain't gonna lie. Guyton is low key exposed. Vearse got him where he want him. Can he just? This is a bad space to be in, Guyton. This is what you got to work on. This is your next step. This is your very next step. Your hand placement, whether it be in run blocking and in pass blocking. This is your next step. Look, and he still ends up winning the rep. Man, he must be that strong. He must be that strong because look, Vearse is up under him. And still manages to readjust his hands and still win that rep. Reaching right here. He's reaching right here. But look at that look at that athleticism. Look, he reaches right here. Okay, boom, he's reaching. Never should be in that position. That's the O-line. Should always have your hands back. Your flat back and punch it like that. But he's reaching. But look at his athleticism. Look. Vearse is on his hip right now. Vearse should win this rep easily. He's on his hip right now. This is where he wanted. He got him. But look at the foot speed of this man, Guyton, man. Look how he can recover. Look how he can recover. Look how he recovers. Oh my God. It's a lost rep. It's a lost rep. Because he's that fast. He's that athletic. It's a lost rep. That's a lost rep. This is why this is important. Why we so high on athleticism in O linemen? Because like it can cover up some errors as well. But he can be something. I can see the vision with the Dallas Cowboys for this guy, and he's moving better than what Tyron Smith was at USC. I'll say it again. He's moving better than what Tyron. I have never seen the O-line prospect from the Cowboys that we drafted with this much high-end foot speed, recovery, and athleticism, and a ability to mirror like this. He is mirroring these guys. The only thing he needs to work on is hand placement and getting that punch. If he can punch this guy, this is a highlight right here. This is good. This play right here, which he clearly lost. Vearse was on his hip because he reached over, but guess what? He kept them feet moving, and look, that effort right there. Now, and the guard was right there. You know what I'm saying? With no job to do. But that's the stuff we look for. That's the stuff that can translate. So yeah, this has been another video. Until next time, peace.